Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Snoot here, bringing you another Modern Warfare video. Today, we've got some of the absolute best loadouts, drops, class setups, whatever you name it, for Warzone. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And before we hop into the class setups, guys, if you would please smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. As we're on the road to 300 subscribers, you guys bring you all bigger and better content each and every week. And of course, I will be doing a giveaway at 300 subscribers, and you guys are not going to want to miss that. So let's go ahead and hop into the class setups. I do want to let you guys know, so all 6 of these class setups that I'm going to give you have a variety of weapons in them. Obviously, you can mix and match if you want, but these are just 6 different options for you that I personally found to be incredible. They all work extremely well, and only one of them is going to be an absolute cheeser class, which, as you all can probably guess, is the M4 with the thermal sniper. I personally don't like using things like that solely because it's that overpowered. That is on there solely because I know a lot of people are going to want to see a class revolved around that, so I've got that on there, but the other 5 are going to be more so for just other use, but that are also really, really viable and really, really good. Shred through enemies and shred through that armor. So we're going to start with number 1. This is honestly one of my personal favorite class setups for Warzone. This is the Groff 5.56, as you can see here, in the EBR. Now, a lot of you guys might be wondering, why not just use a sniper? And I'm going to get into that in a second. So to start, we've got the Groff. Obviously, as you guys know, this is one of the best guns in the game. For me, I like using this in addition to the M4, kind of to switch things up, but also just because I like the feel in the way that the Groff performs. Here's the class setup right here, as you can see. Obviously, I don't normally run grips on my guns, but for Warzone, you're getting things at range, so a grip I like better than maybe like an ACOG or something like that. And then we're using amped for this very reason, the EBR. This is something that you can use at range, but also up close if you really have to when you run out of ammo on the Groff or out of your clip or whatever that may be. So this gun, I don't know if you have seen maybe clips of it from other people or whatnot, but you have FMJ to really tear through that armor. But in addition to that, this gun absolutely shreds enemies, especially when you're hitting those headshots. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. You guys have to try this. It obviously has a much quicker fire rate than a HDR or AX50, whatever that may be, but it also hits from range and it hits hard. And I honestly think you guys are going to find a lot of success with this EBR setup. So give this thing a try, guys. Obviously, we've got Stim and C4, so those things both do absolute wonders in this game, and we are going to move on to class number 2. So this one is honestly, oh, this thing is absolutely crazy. So we've got the M4. Obviously, as a lot of you guys know, the M4 is one of the best guns that you can use in Warzone, but what you guys might not know is the MP7 is ridiculous in Warzone. It's got one of the fastest kill times in Warzone, and it hits from range as well. It's absolutely spectacular. So here's the M4 class setup. The Merc foregrip has really grown on me. It is really, really good. It really helps you just keep the recoil low as well as just hit your shots. So this is what we got right here for the M4 class setup. Me personally, I don't mind not having a sight. I like a lot of iron sights on a lot of the guns, and so therefore on quite a few of these you won't see a sight on the gun. So feel free to switch out maybe a grip for a sight, whatever you prefer. If you don't like no stock, put a sight on it. But this right here melts. And the MP7, absolutely ridiculous. So this right here, the MP7 has really made a name for itself in Warzone. Obviously, it's insane on multiplayer, but it is honestly, in my opinion, even better on Warzone. It shreds through enemies. It's got one of the fastest kill times of any gun and of any submachine gun, this and the AUG. So definitely run this right here. Obviously, we threw the suppressor on over a grip just because I don't think this gun really has much recoil whatsoever, in my opinion. It's just easy to stabilize. So I have a suppressor so you can get that extra stealth. And then we, of course, got cold-blooded. For all those cheesers out there running that thermal sight, this is for you. Overkill, of course, and amped just to switch in a tight situation. Switch faster to that, and as well as throwing the C4. So this is a particular class setup that I've run in solos multiple times or in duos, and this class is really going to set you apart in solos and duos because you don't have that extra man or you're down a couple men, whatever that may be. Because UAVs, guys, UAVs are what bite you in the ass in Warzone. You've got to be the team that is constantly using UAVs, but also avoiding them. So with Ghost in solos, or if you're just, filling with randoms, this is going to be something that is going to benefit you. And like I was telling you before, the MP7 wipes the floor in Warzone. You can hit from range really hard. I promise you, just use this class setup and you will not be disappointed. So we've basically got the exact same setup as before that you guys just saw, but instead of the suppressor, we've got the foregrip just because for a little bit of added range and stability, since this is your primary weapon, especially right out of the gate. But of course, thank goodness, you can pick up other enemies' weapons, or if you just find a good AK or something like that on the ground, feel free to get that, or a sniper, whatever the choice may be yours, leave it up to you. But this class setup is not going to leave you disappointed. Just try it, goated. All right, going on to the next class setup. This is a half cheeser class. Honestly, I think if you run around the PKM, you're an absolute weenie hut junior. but this is one of the best guns in Warzone, so honestly, I can't really blame you for using it. And we pair it with the AUG. The AUG has one of the, if not the fastest kill time. These two guns right here have insane kill time in Warzone. The AUG is nasty. Obviously, this gun hits incredibly hard on multiplayer, and it hits incredibly hard in Warzone. So give this a try. This is the class setup right here with these, whatever these mags are. So with the 5.56 mags, this thing hits different and it hits hard. So run this AUG right here as a backup to the PKM, which obviously slays out in really any game mode. So right here, we've obviously, you can see the setup right here. And I do have an ACOG sight on this guy, just because the recoil on this thing is an absolute weenie. But we've also got the Merc foregrip to really help out with that, and this thing beams, you guys. Feel free to throw FMJ on it if you like, but this setup right here is something that I find to really hit the walls hard, or your enemies feel like putting them against the wall. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Anyways, I'm going on an ADHD rant. We don't want to go in there, but this gun is nasty. This class setup is nasty, and you guys are really going to enjoy this one. Just trust me. So lastly, before we get into the pure cheeser class, this is a class setup that is basically cheese, but I'm the kind of guy that likes to, if I'm going to use the HDR, I personally, look, you can see I really don't even use it that much, as I don't have much unlocked for it. But me, I hate running the thermal just because it's too cheesy in my opinion. So here's a great class setup alternative for you. Obviously, if you have more attachments unlocked, feel free to throw on a different sight, monolithic suppressor, whatever that may be for you, throw it on, but this works extremely well. And then this M4 class setup is kind of the same as the one before. Absolutely goated. If you're fine with the iron sight, run this right here. You will not be disappointed. It hits insanely hard, and enemies are going to fall at your knees. We'll cut there. Anyways, and then we've of course got cold-blooded, amped, and overkill on. You guys know the code. You guys know the drill. That's what we're doing right here. And last but not least, guys, this is the cheese of all cheese. Whatever cheese you might like, this is it for you. So we've obviously got the M4, and we have obviously got the HDR. So right here, we've got a little bit different class setup. Like I said, this is a little bit cheesier, so we are going to be running a optic on it. We are going to be using an ACOG. Now, of course, if you really want to make it a little bit worse, aka better, you can run a thermal to just pick off those enemies, but since the sniper has a thermal on it, don't be a double thermal guy. Come on. One is enough. But feel free to run a grip and take off, you know, the extended mag. Feel free to take off no stock. But this right here is an absolute banger. And then, of course, we do have the HDR with a thermal. No, I don't have a camo on this gun because this looks pretty cute itself. But so this is the class setup right here. FMJ to me, I love it. I love it in Warzone. It absolutely rips through that armor. Obviously, a sniper does anyway, so whatever. Do what you will. Maybe run sleight of hand. Honestly, sleight of hand might be a little better for a sniper. Or fully loaded. I mean, I don't effing know, man. I mean, I don't really use snipers that much. Focus. Honestly, Focus is goated. Run Focus. If you haven't seen Focus with Margot Robbie, off tangent, ADHD, back in control, go watch that movie. You're going to benefit. You're going to like it. But we do have cold-blooded, overkill, and amped. And then I've also got one more solo class setup that you guys are going to really love. Here it is. And then, guys, here is that last solo class setup for you guys. This one is going to wipe the floor. Honestly, not many people run the M13 in Warzone, but I have actually found a lot of success with this weapon. I think it's like whatever, 6th or 7th on the damage output list, but honestly, I just love the M13, the way it feels. The recoil's nice, the fire rate's nice, and when you actually throw on these NATO rounds, I think that's what it's called, whatever, the blackout rounds, it actually deals quite a bit of damage. So try this class setup, guys, for solo. We've got the Tempest Cyclone, we've got a regular reflex, no stock, staple grip tape, and then those blackout rounds. Obviously, if you want, you know, you can go throw a hybrid on there. You can throw a whatever the crap this is. Looks like it's from Black Ops 1. You name it. You can run any of these sights on there if you want a little added range. Whatever, honestly, it works best for you, a grip or sight. I normally run one or the other, but not both. So up to you there. And then, of course, we've got the Deagle. This is something you're going to switch out. You're not going to have this for very long. Hopefully, if you're, you know, getting kills or looting, you're going to get another gun in its place. And then on this one, we have got double time just so you can book it. You can run around the map a little bit faster. And then Ghost to keep you off those UAVs, and battle hardened because I tell you what, guys, I played a few solo games and people really like to dish out the stun grenades, the snapshot grenades, whatever that may be. They like to dish it out and slap you in the willy. So anyways, guys, these are some of the absolute best class setups, loadouts, drops, whatever you want to call it, for Warzone. If I was to pick a couple for you right now that are the best in my opinion, this right here, and honestly, this. Okay, this might be a cheesy class in my opinion, but run this, guys, in Warzone. People are going to hate you. These two guns, two of the most powerful guns in Warzone. Run it. Let me know what's up. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of Warzone, and let me know what your favorite class is out of this list, or if you want me to make a few others, I can do that as well. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Thank you all for tuning in. And of course, guys, y'all are the GOAT as always. I'll see you on the next gameplay. Peace.